Have you ever thought to yourself, hey guys, why do you keep putting all this weird stuff on Garm? Why don't you just put your logo on a shirt? I would buy that. Well, we did. Speeed.co, available now. And I think forever. Available now. The elusive, cool daily driver. The white whale of the automotive hobby. Having a cool project car that you drive on the weekends or that sits disassembled in your garage is relatively easy. But finding a car that is fun, reliable, comfortable, economical, practical, not embarrassing, while also contributing a net positive to your overall vibe and aesthetic is a tricky pickle. Add reasonably priced into the mix, and the pickle gets even trickier, my friend. So I have put together a list of cars, all of them under $25,000, all of them fun, all of them reliable, all of them cool. And because car guys are gonna car guy, I've also put together a list of modifications that I would personally do to each of these cars that won't affect daily drivability too much. First up, two hot hatches have entered the chat, and they're twins. Every man's dream is two twins. One of them's bigger than the other one. The first twin, the Focus ST.
I'm Focus.
Ooh, the big one's walking up to us. Look cool, look cool, look cool.
Hey, me and my sister couldn't notice you guys looking at us. My name's Focus. Focus ST.
I think they look great. Come with a 6-speed transmission, turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 252 horsepower, decent gas mileage, good reliability. Some of the early ones had issues with boost leaks and the cooling system, but Ford cleared that up for later ones. And chances are that if they had them, at this point, they've already been fixed by the previous owner, just something that you should look out for. If you want something even smaller, but still the same kind of fun, there's the smaller twin. Fiesta ST. This car is named Party. 1.6 liter turbo, 197 horsepower, 6-speed. They're about the same price because that's how depreciation works sometimes. It is legitimately crazy that Ford made two really fun little hatchbacks at the same time. The Fiesta has almost identical proportions to my Mark III Golf, but with way better climate control and Apple CarPlay. These are tempting for sure. For both cars, I would keep it responsible. I'd go for a Cobb AP with a mild tune, new clutch spring, rear motor mount because they're a little squishy, solid bushings for the shifter cables, and maybe a front mount intercooler because if you drive them really hard, they are known to get hot. These are great cars. I think both of these cars are great for a student. They're not crazy fast, but they're super fun. You can modify them, but maintain drivability. You can park them anywhere and not sweat it. And hatchbacks are super practical if you have to put a keg of soda or whatever back there. 6 out of 7 days of the week, would daily. Next car, Honda Fit. You want a car that costs $0 to own? Buy a Honda Fit. When people say that it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow, this is one of the main cars that they're referring to. Fill them with crappy gas. Use it for a modest Home Depot haul. Drive it up a mountain for a snowboarding trip with too many dudes in the back seat. Every generation of Fit is good. Get the nicest one that you can afford and enjoy. Make sure that you go with a manual because the CVTs are known to break and are not very fun in general. 5 out of 7 days of the week, Monday through Friday, would daily. And then I'd probably whip the Klein because I can't drive a Honda Fit and be fat. So I'd have to whip the Klein on the weekends. All right, next car. Hear me out. Hear me out. Honda S2000.
What's this guy talking about? It's only got 2 seats.
I know. I know. A little bit of a curveball here. Some of you might be thinking that a car with 2 seats and no roof is an odd choice for a daily driver. And I would agree with you. But an odd choice doesn't mean a bad choice.
He's got a good point. I know, he's so smart. I like this guy.
The S2000 is a Honda designed and built when Honda was the peak of reliability and fun. And as long as you aren't carpooling with more than one person, I think that the S2000 would be a perfect car to drive to work or to drive to school. You might even find yourself taking the long way. It's fast-ish, extremely engaging. It sounds extremely cool. It looks extremely cool. It gets decent gas mileage if you can keep your foot out of it. The prices got kind of crazy a couple years ago, but they're chilling out now, and they probably won't depreciate anymore. Meaning, you could daily drive an S2000 for the next couple years and then sell it when you want to start a family without losing any money. Plus, you will never be asked to pick anyone up from the airport. Most people would give this a 2 out of 7 because they only want to drive it on the weekend, but I call those people cowards. I would drive this thing 5 out of 7 days of the week. Of course, on the weekends. Monday, definitely start the week off strong. Tuesday, keep it going, pal. Woo, take the long way. Wednesday, can't drive the S2000 on Wednesday. I got to stop by the Party City and pick up a bunch of balloons for my in-laws' anniversary party. But Thursday, back in the S2K, ripping gears at 9,000 RPM, baby. Friday, can't because my daughter is only 3 years old and she can't ride in the front seat of any car. And front seats are the only kind of seats my S2000 has. But back on Saturday, baby, that's daddy's day. And I'm rocking the S2K back to Sunday, back to Monday. You get the point. I want to pause here for a moment and point out that you guys are always in the comments complimenting the editing of our videos. First of all, thank you. It is super flattering. It's all this guy, and sometimes this guy, and this guy. But we are all flattered because we all receive the compliment. And if you want to learn to edit videos like us, I have some magical, ultra complicated, secret sauce advice for you. Learn how to cut corners. And that is where today's sponsor, Storyblocks, comes in. Storyblocks is basically a giant treasure chest of assets to plug directly into your projects. Stock footage, templates, sound effects, After Effects plugins, you name it, they've got it. In fact, several parts in today's video and this entire ad were made using Storyblocks elements. These animated graphics, Storyblocks. These text effects, Storyblocks. Sound effects, yes, from Storyblocks. You get unlimited downloads for any and all of these assets for one predictable monthly cost. Also, they have a plugin where you can browse and download assets directly in Premiere or After Effects. No more jumping between tabs or downloading files just to realize that you put them in the wrong folder. Files offline, last seen in downloads folder. Am I right? It's all right there, saving you time so you can focus on the fun part, making sick videos. So if you want to take your editing game to the next level, and I know a lot of you out there do, or if you even just want to start from scratch, get started with unlimited stock media downloads at one set price. Head to storyblocks.com/speed or click the link in the description. And if you make something with Storyblocks, share it with me in the Discord. Storyblocks will love that. Support the companies that support Speed. These guys help us pay for this beautiful garage. Oops, I meant prairie. Next up, we got another banger from BMW. 2008 to 2011 BMW 328i wagon with a manual. This car will go down in the Daily Driver Hall of Fame. When I think of Daily Driver, I immediately think BMW 3 Series. This is what you would call a spec pick. A car that R/cars would definitely approve of. 2008 to 2011 BMW 328 is powered by a 3-liter straight 6 with about 230 horsepower. The water pumps tend to go out and the valve covers tend to leak, so look out for those things. But at the end of the day, it's a normally aspirated BMW straight 6, meaning it's bulletproof and it will last for a gajillion miles. And if you don't want a car with broken stuff, then buy a Prius or make more money. A manual wagon is a car that is boring at first glance, but once you notice that there's 3 pedals, you say, okay, Devin, I didn't know you were cool. It's a car for a guy who wears New Balances and a sport coat and is low-key a really great musician, but he has never once played you his music. And your friend is like, have you heard Devin's new song? And then he puts it on and it absolutely bangs. I would lower it a little bit, maybe grab some wheels from an M3. I'd put nice tires on it, tasteful front lip, maybe a thicker steering wheel, a short shifter, all things to make it more engaging and therefore more surprising. So 8 days a week, I would drive this thing. I would Beatles this car. 8 days a week, I drive it. 8 days a week, I'd shift it through all the gears. Next car. Literally any Volkswagen GTI. The Volkswagen GTI is always a great option, and it has been for literally generations of car enthusiasts. They basically wrote the playbook for small, economic, cool-looking, fun cars. They pioneered the hot hatch segment. My suggestion for a daily is to get the newest GTI that you can afford. They get safer, faster, and more comfortable as you go. For instance, I wouldn't suggest having a Mark 1 GTI as your only car. A Mark II is pushing it, but possible. A Mark III is pretty modern feeling, especially if you get a VR6. Mark IV feels kind of old in an early 2000s way, but still totally a great daily in the right trim. And by the time you get to Mark V, Mark VI, Mark VII, Mark VIII, that's a modern car. If you want the same basic package as a GTI, but you want more power, baby, and all-wheel drive, may I suggest a Mark IV or Mark V R32 or a Mark VI Golf R. All 3 are great. All 3 are below 20K, and all 3 will get head nods from other Volkswagen people. GTI, perfect daily, 7 out of 7 days a week. Golf R, perfect daily, 7 out of 7 days a week. Who drives a GTI or a Golf R, you might ask? Well, lots of people. It's called the people's car for a reason. You know, it would be cool if a grandma drove a GTI. If you're a grandma out there, or you have a grandma who drives a GTI, let me know and I'll send her a free shirt. If you can prove that your grandma drives a GTI, I'll send you a shirt. And don't just put your grandma next to your GTI, okay? I need to see Evelyn's name on the title. I won't make it public. You can send me a picture. But what if you need something bigger? What if you're like, well, yo, James, dude, what's up? I love this idea for a GTI, but I need something bigger, you know, to haul my stuff, my fam. Well, guess what, pal? I got some good news for you. Volkswagen made a tiny SUV that's basically a big GTI. I'm talking about Volkswagen Tiguan. I've owned one of these for almost 10 years, and it might be the best car I have ever had. Have I owned cooler cars? Technically, yeah. Faster cars, definitely. But I think that my Tiguan is the best car I've ever owned. Is that because it's the newest car I've ever owned? Maybe. Volkswagens are like Legos, okay? And because of that, you can put GTI engine parts in a Tiguan or Golf R drivetrain parts in a Tiguan. Mine has KWV3 coilovers, a stage 2 tune from APR, a front mount intercooler, and Toyo R888s. A Tiguan is definitely a hot mom car. Down the line, she'll get an X5, but right now, Tiguan. 7 out of 7 days a week. These are cheap too. You can definitely get them for under $10,000 all day. If you tell me, James, actually Tiguans suck, I know you're wrong because I've owned one for a fucking decade, dude. And that's like being like, hey, Jesse sucks. I know that's not true. Jesse rules. There is something very, very cool and unique about a diesel-powered luxury SUV. Very old money vibes. Very Succession. It suggests that you and your parents have been to Europe so often that you don't even blink at the idea of buying a diesel. It's just what you buy. If you drive this car, it suggests that you know the rules to cricket.
He won't think it's hilarious.
And that you own a cricket sweater. For those who don't know what a cricket sweater is, this is a cricket sweater from a recent eBay search that I made. I got 3 choices for luxury diesel SUVs on this list. 2013 to 2016 Cayenne diesel. In 2015, there was a facelift. I think they look a little bit better, but all of those years are basically the same, and they are amazing. My friend Jeremy has had one for a long time. He is a supercar guy, and he said he is dreading the day that he has to replace it because nothing compares. Next diesel SUV, E70 BMW X5, made from 2007 to 2013. It's a BMW X5, in my opinion, one of the classiest cars ever made. Great to drive. Get one with a diesel, and you'll look like you're a prince. Another BMW diesel SUV, a little bit smaller, the F25 BMW X3 from 2011 to 2016. My friend Chris Castro's wife drives one of these. They love it. It's awesome. Do not buy an F25 X3 that's not a diesel. Those are not good. So I would modify all of these differently. Porsche Cayenne, I would make it off-roady. I would go to Eurowise's website and order everything off of it. I would lift it. I'd put knobby tires on it. I would put aftermarket wheels on it, lights, a rack, I don't know, some sort of tent. This car is for a camping guy who has a little bit of class. Both of the BMWs, I would keep it more street. I would put larger OEM looking wheels on them, dark tint, and like I said, like very classy, celebrity-esque European vibes. The BMW X5 diesel is for someone who kind of scoffs when someone from Penn says they went to an Ivy League school. You're like, oh, yeah, Penn. There's a lot of cars that used to be really expensive that now, somehow, because of depreciation, are less than $25,000. One of them's funny. One of them is potentially stupid. And one of them is funny and definitely stupid. Number 1, stupid. C6, maybe C7 Corvette. Same thing with the S2000. There's only 2 seats, but like when I used to drive to work, I would drive to work alone. So like 2 seats is twice as many seats as I need. 5 out of 7 days a week, I would need to take a break because I think like my back would start hurting. Number 2, potentially stupid, but definitely nice. 6th generation Mercedes S-Class, 2013 to 2020. These basically look the same as new Mercedes. Nobody else will be able to tell a difference. Very expensive to maintain, but you're getting a car that used to cost almost $200,000 for less than 20. So in my maths, you got 180 grand to just kind of play with. These are so good looking and so fancy looking. I would consider buying one and just like kind of rolling the dice and just like hoping it doesn't break. Number 3, Bentley Continental GT. Definitely stupid, definitely hilarious. There's a few of them for around $20,000, a few of them for less than $20,000, and I think I would go full footballer with it. I'm unable to make $20,000 jokes right now, but as soon as I can, I will be buying a Bentley Continental GT, and I would modify it like I played in the Premier League, for sure. I would wrap it in like bright green and put like big old wheels on it. I would try and make it look as Mansory as possible, and I'd like straight pipe it and just rip around town. This would be a purely funny thing. All right, that was an absolutely flawless list of perfect daily drivers under $25,000. If you think that I missed anything, let me know in the comments or on our Discord. Hopefully, if you're looking for a new daily, one of these tickles your fancy. And if not, maybe there's someone in your life that you could send this to and help them find their next car. I love you.